John Sununu. Bitter man. Okay, why is that? Well, they lost the election. Of course, he was one of Romney's top advisors. And they can't admit to themselves, hey, you know what? We screwed up. We didn't run the right campaign. Turns out the country was not as racist as we were. Sununu is the guy they sent out every time to be like, oh, you know how Obama is going to give the money to black folks. Well, John, it didn't work. So he can't look himself in the mirror and say, okay, I admit it, I'm a loser. So instead, he's going to say something else. He says, look, quote, they aggressively got out their base. The base of their base. Gee, I wonder who he's talking about there. That's dependent to a great extent economically on government policy and government programs. So you see what he's saying there? Oh, they got them dependent on the government, and then so they come out to get all the goodies. Okay, here he goes again. I mean, this Lemonhead is like Mitt Romney and Stuart Stevens and all those guys. Now that's funny. Okay. And all those guys who are like, it's not like we didn't run a good campaign. They got black people and they said we're going to give them money. And I'll tell you what, you know, Roger Simon, who sometimes goes along with conventional wisdom, in Politico has written a really good article about this phenomenon overall. And let me quote from it. He says, in just 4 years, U.S. presidential politics has gone from the black guy can't win to only the black guy can win. That's awesome. And Jimmy, you remember that all of our former black presidents, right?
Yeah, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton.
Oh, wait a minute, they didn't win?
They didn't win.
Huh, that's weird. I thought only black guys could win. All right, and he keeps going. He says, their recent version of history, recent history is simple. Romney did not lose because of any lack of personal attributes or campaign skills. He did not lose because of any of his protect the rich, sneer at the middle class policies. He did not lose because his campaign failed miserably at its most basic function, turning out the vote. No. And then here's one of my favorite parts from the article. He says, a trap was sprung on him at the last moment. Black people can vote. Hispanic people can vote. Young people can vote. I didn't see that coming. I love that. I mean, how bad are you at the campaign that you didn't realize it? And by the way, that's what they say. They're like, well, we didn't realize minorities were going to turn out in this kind of percentages. Oh, my God. Jimmy, isn't that an admission like we don't know anything? Like,
so what John Sununu is saying, who I like to refer to as the nerd bully, right? What he's saying is that we're really out of touch with the electorate. We have no way to get in touch with them. So let's just keep shitting on them and see if that works.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And Roger Simon's going to get to that too, right? Because he's like, how is this a strategy? All you're doing is digging deeper, right? And they keep talking about like, oh, well, man, with the demographics and there was nothing we could do. And remember Romney, after he lost, he did that call with his donors, of course, his bosses. And he told them several times, as Simon points out, well, we were going to lose no matter what. No matter what, they were going to go out and vote for Obama. He's black, right? So then Simon has my favorite quote. He says, it's as if they're saying, quote, it's not fair. Romney was cursed with white skin, a rich and powerful father, the best education money could buy, and numerous cars, houses, boats, and offshore bank accounts. Life can be so cruel. Come on, man. I mean, it's a perfect way to mock them. Then he says, to Jimmy's point, hey, listen, get your head out of your ass. Or get your lemon head out of your lemon ass. He says, under this theory, the Republicans do not have to do anything differently. Instead of meeting the challenge of demographic changes in America, instead of convincing minorities that conservative values should be their values, instead of demonstrating that the Republican Party has something to offer all Americans and not just well-off white Americans, the party can just sit on its butt and wait for victory to fall in its lap. And he says, obviously, that's not how it's going to work. And finally, he says, this is democracy, and maybe the Republicans should give it a whirl. And he's exactly right. They feel so bitter that, God damn it, all we had to do was appeal to rich white people. And now we've actually got to care about other people? Oh, man, this is such a pain in the ass. I wish somebody had told me that this was a democracy. Well, you should have known that all along. And I got sad news for you, man. The percentage of young and minority voters continues to go up. So you might want to figure out how to actually appeal to them, not because you want to bribe them, not because you want to take their votes in some sort of malicious way, No, because you might want to help them because they are citizens of this country and you would be their leader and that would be the right thing to do.